the magistrates that are handling bonds are now handling some of these protective orders. I saw one signed by Joe Licata the other day. It was in my office today. The client was in my office today with one. And once they're signed, you know, they're good for 61 days, and there's just not too much you can do about it. And at the point in time where that order was entered, that defendant used to not have an attorney present. But I know that the public defender's office here now has attorneys that are assigned to probable cause court to handle those issues.
And for our viewers, would you just explain what is probable cause court? What does that mean?
And why it's significant that there now is a public defender there where there wasn't any representation for the defendant before?
Well, up until, what, 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, I don't remember when the lawsuit was filed to change the procedure in magistrate's court. The judges would, and I don't even know how they're appointed, but 2, 3, or 4 people were appointed as magistrates that had the authority to set bond, but for the most part, they didn't set conditions. If you had a client or defendant that was charged with assault family violence, typically the bond was set at $50,000.
This is on a misdemeanor.
On a misdemeanor.
Wow.
Until a protective order was entered, the 61-day protective order was emergency order was entered. And the judges were requiring, you know, if you were in County Court 3, that judge in County Court 3 wanted to be the one that signed off on that order. And so most of the time, clients don't want to pay $5,000 to a bonding company that they're not going to get back to get out of jail. So if you get arrested on a Friday night, you might be in jail until Monday, Tuesday, and if the docket was really heavy, it might even be Wednesday.
Right.
And if you didn't have a lawyer already, it was really difficult. And even if you had a lawyer and it was the weekend, it was a problem. Now at least, I see that these probable cause judges, magistrates, are signing off on those orders. And it is only recently that we had a public defender's office here in Harris County, and it is only very recently that they have hired, I think, 5 or 6 attorneys that do nothing but be there for bond hearings for both misdemeanors and felonies.